All right, race fans, let's recap a big Saturday, May 30th here at Delaware Park. We had a nice crowd out here. We had some beautiful weather. We had a big feature, race 8, the $100,000 Rehoboth Stakes. Unfortunately, we were off the turf, but the main track was fast. We had long shots win all afternoon on Saturday. That produces 3 pick 5 carryovers for you next Wednesday. We'll have a carryover in the early pick 5 starting race 1, carryover in the middle pick 5 starting race 3, and a carryover in the late pick 5 starting race 4 on Wednesday. So start studying up for next Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have some nice weather and that turf course will dry out and we can get on the turf next Wednesday. We'll see. Let's get right to the racing action here from Saturday. Race 1 would kick off the popular, and it was a very popular early pick 5 on Saturday, at least for one winner who took down the whole pool. I'll tell you more about that as we get to it. But here we go, race 1. They'd bet over $48,000 into the early pick 5 here for race 1. We're going a mile in a 16th, $8,000 starter allowance, optional claiming $15,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's check out the action here with the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Saturday's opener.
Away and running. Slow to go was Work Hard. Good speed in the center for Epic Luck. Right next door to that one is Lucky Dude. The rail belongs to Masacato. And Stone Cold Flex is a little wide at the 7.5 furlong point. Hey Porter's in front of 1. And the late closing strides of Work Hard goes very wide around this Paddock Grove turn. So 7/8 of a mile to go. And Epic Luck continues to show them the way. And the lead is 1 long length. In the white cap, Stone Cold Flex is trying to get closer. And 4 wide is Work Hard. Also right there in the early congregation is Masacato, who rides that inside rail, and Lucky Dude's in between rivals, and Hey Porter's last of all. So in a race void of any real speed, it's Epic Luck controlling the clock and shows the way by 1. Stone Cold Flex continues to chase in second, and Work Hard's making a bold bid at the 4.5 to stay with the speed. Masacato continues to stay a ground, saving 4th. Second to last is Lucky Dude, and Hey Porter's called on for more run. They race down to the 3.5, and Epic Luck still calls the shots. The lead is slipping away to lead by 2. Stone Cold Flex gets a stern reminder to stay on the speed. Work Hard gets the reins shaken and starts to respond. And these 3 have kicked away. The quarter pole's in sight. Epic Luck's been this long time leader. Stone Cold Flex trying to bridge that gap but can't for the moment. Work Hard is going very wide and moving into 4th as Hey Porters they turn for home. Epic Luck cuts and runs and leads by 1. Stone Cold Flex with this long steady grind on the far outside. It's still Epic Luck holding on by 3/4 of a length. Stone Cold Flex is gaining with each and every stride. Stone Cold Flex, Epic Luck, Stone Cold Flex, Epic Luck got it to beat Stone Cold Flex, Lucky Dude, and a photo for 4th.
What a game, gutsy, determined effort from the 7-year-old Epic Luck. The son of Made from Lucky picks up his 10th lifetime win. He's now made about $350,000 in career earnings. He wins for trainer Harold Weiner and jockey Dexter Haddock. Epic Luck went off at 2-1, paid $6.80 to kick off the early pick 5. Let's take a look here at race 2. Race 2 would kick off the early pick 4. We're going a mile, 70 yards, claiming $7,500 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 2.
Away and running. Bad start for Enough Already. Good speed on the outside for Mission Artemis and Silent Roar. Awesome entry. Smartly backs off the battle, and the pace is quick. Sincerto came away in 4th. Enough Already in 5th after a stutter step start, and Biravino Boulevard's last of all. So these 2 guys go toe-to-toe with 7 furlongs to go. Silent Roar has a flared nostril in front, and Mission Artemis is going to keep an honest. And they pass the 6 furlong pole in front by at least 8 lengths. Another team of 2 with Sincerto on the outside and Awesome Entry who rides the rail. Second to last is Enough Already, and Biravino Boulevard's last of all. So they're stretched out from one Delaware County to another, and Silent Roar continues to show the way. But there goes Mission Artemis, who now counters that attack and takes the lead with 4 furlongs to go. Silent Roar needs to dig deep and find more in that second place position. Still a chasm back to Sincerto, who has the run of the race. Awesome Entry tracks while ground saving. Under a ride is enough already. Same can be said for Biravino Boulevard. They go to the 3 furlong pole. Mission Artemis and Silent Roar, they went really fast, and they could be sitting ducks for Awesome Entry and Sincerto. It's still Mission Artemis clinging on desperately to a neck lead. Silent Roar won't give away. Here comes Sincerto, battling on his Awesome Entry, and enough already. One of the longest shots on the board loops up and is a danger on the far outside. Still a few chances. Silent Roar battles back. Digging in is Mission Artemis. Here comes the green cap of Awesome Entry, but enough already comes with a surging run at 11-1, and enough already the long shot from worst to first to win. Enough already has won it. Awesome Entry was second. Third went to Mission Artemis, and Sincerto had a check late and finished fourth.
Enough already. The lightly raced 7-year-old son of Tappet picks up his third lifetime win. He gives the Pedro Nazario barn their first win of the meet. Great to see them win a race. They were here all winter long. They work hard. They do a nice job. The 7-pound apprentice, Emmanuel Rosario, gave this 7-year-old a nice ride. Enough already went off at 11-1 and paid $24.80 to win race 2. Let's take a look here at race 3. Race 3 is the Matthew A. Brown's Day at the Races. That's our announcer, Josh Brown's son. So great to see Josh's family out here on Saturday. Race 3, we would kick off a pick 5. We're off the turf. Maiden claiming $16,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's check out the action from race 3.
Away and running. Bad start for Crowbar Artist. Good speed for Sir Lomax. And Tug is right there too. And David's Kitten wants to join the front ranks. Up the inside, Crowbar Artist is now a clear-cut fourth, and Hotter Than Them enjoys a very nice trip. Pool Hole has one beaten, and St. Solomon goes very wide. Passing the 7 furlong pole, and it's Tug on top of the group and shows the way by 2. Sir Lomax is right there to take that second place position away, and David's Kitten parked at the paint to be a clear-cut third as they leave the first turn behind. Crowbar Artist is only 6 lengths down from the speed. Hotter Than Them rides that rail. Second to last is Pool Hole, and the trailer is St. Solomon. A well-stretched outfield with 5/8 of a mile to go, and Tug continues to make play. Shows the way by a length and 3/4. Sir Lomax is right there hounding the speed in second. Crowbar Artist had a slow start but is also right there amongst the top 4. And David's Kitten continues to stay ground saving. Hotter Than Them stays a ground saving 5th. Pool Hole still tracks in 6th. And St. Solomon's at the back of the pack. They turn again. And Tug continues to lead, but pushes come to shove. And Sir Lomax comes calling for the lead. And the favorite Crowbar Artist is going 2 to their every one. They just passed the 5/16 pole, and there goes Crowbar Artist to confront Tug at the top of the stretch. And Sir Lomax is battling on as they turn to the top of the stretch. Crowbar Artist with this long, steady grind, trying to press past Tug. And these two at the team of the 3/16 pole. David's Kitten flashing up the fence. There's 1 furlong to go, and at a price of 8-1, Tug just keeps on finding. Crowbar Artist keeps on digging, and Crowbar Artist now pulls away at 5-2. Crowbar Artist has won it. Tug was second, David's Kitten was third, and St. Solomon was fourth.
The Ricky Dutcho Jr. barn shipped down with a winner on Friday. They get the money also here on Saturday. Crowbar Artist getting a nice class relief coming down from New York. And now the 3-year-old son of Rock Your World breaks his maiden in his 4th career start. Crowbar Artist went off 5-2 and paid $7.40 to win. Nice ride there. Jockey Angel Cruz. And once again, race 3 was the Matthew A. Brown's Day at the Races. There they are in the winner's circle. There's our announcer, Josh Brown, on the left. There's our former announcer, Josh Curran, on the right. And there's Josh's family in the middle. So great to see Matthew A. Brown and family out here for a Day at the Races here in race 3. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 would kick off the middle pick 5. We're going a flat mile, beaten, claiming $10,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
Away and running. Good speed for the favorite Kernis. Also showing good early speed is Steiner, and deep on the track there's the speed of Maximus Magic. Up and around the first turn they go, and they're 4 across the track. Kernis takes the initiative. Steiner tracks in second, and Winter's Ghost is caught very wide. Commingling rides the rail, and Maximus Magic is 3 deep for the back of the track run. In the yellow cap, Be Better now grabs that 5th place position. Even deeper than that is Lake Chalapa. Second to last is Midnight Onyx, and the trailer is Bourbon State. 5.5 furlongs to go, and Kernis is the leader, shows the way by a long neck. Steiner right there tracking the pace in second, and Lake Chalapa can wait no more, engages to join that fight on the front. 3 of them past the 4.5 furlong pole as a team. Commingling continues to ride that rail. Be Better's the meat in that sandwich. Winter's Ghost is 5 paths deep, but tries to close in. Starting to get velocity is Maximus Magic. Second last is Midnight Onyx, and still continuing the trail is Bourbon State around the bend with 3/8 of a mile to go. Kernis continues to lead, but Steiner continues to chase. And now Steiner kicks for the cash and leads by a long half length. Kernis is going to have to dig deep and find more. A 3-wide kick from Lake Chalapa, and trying to close in is Be Better as heads turn for home. It's Steiner, the one they got to catch, and Steiner kicks for home, but Kernis battles right back, and here comes Maximus Magic and those white blinkers charging on the far outside, and here comes Maximus Magic to surge on past. Maximus Magic's going to win it. Maximus Magic is 19-1 to beat Steiner, Kernis, and Be Better.
Biggest long shot winner of the day, Maximus Magic, the 5-year-old stud by Maximus Mischief, picks up his 4th lifetime win. He's now made over $200,000 in career earnings. Nice ride there, Paul Luna, for trainer Martin Hinkson. The 5-year-old went off 19-1 and paid $40.80 to win race 4. All right, let's take a look here at race 5. Race 5's the Abraham Castellano Salesium School Class of 2026 Trophy Race. We're off the turf. It scratches down to a 3-horse field, going a mile and a 16th, 25,000 starter allowance. Let's see what happens here in race 5.
Away and running. JD Factor was the first one to spring the latch. Secret Zipper is going to let this 7-time winner go unopposed, and just like that, this 5-time winner goes up the inside to take over the lead. So Secret Zipper and JD Factor set the tone, and that leaves the trailer Catatumbo at the back of the pack. So JD Factor trying to shake off the early challenge of Secret Zipper in the first 300 yards, and does so willingly and shows the way by a length and a half. Secret Zipper content to chase the pace from that second place position unlike last time, and Catatumbo on start number 62 is about 7 lengths down from the lead. So it's a nice and relaxed lead for JD Factor, a 3-time winner over 4 starts here at Delaware Park, and shows the way by 3. Secret Zipper already coming under a little bit of a loose rein, but gets closer as the jockey responds, and still quite a break in the action to Catatumbo, who's last of all. So showing off that speed per the usual, JD Factor turns once again, but here comes a fresh challenge from Secret Zipper, who tries to squeeze on through, and Secret Zipper makes a race with it with JD Factor. JD Factor got a reminder to stay with the speed. Secret Zipper is poised to take that rival on, and Catatumbo starting to make inroads, but is still 5 lengths down from the lead. No torn tickets yet as JD Factor battles back. Secret Zipper now's at that rail, and Catatumbo continues this long, steady grind as they turn for home. JD Factor leads by 1. Catatumbo continues to take giant strides on the outside, and here comes upset-minded Catatumbo. Catatumbo's rolling at JD Factor now. JD Factor batters. Catatumbo at 4-1. Catatumbo beats JD Factor and Secret Zipper.
Well, one of my handicapping rules, small field, 2-3 horse field, hit the all button because goofy things happen. Catatumbo, the long shot of the race at 4-1, beats the heavy favorite. Trainer Jamie Ness had the heavy favorite with JD Factor at 2-5, but Catatumbo gets up in the final strides at 4-1, and now the 7-year-old son of Blames, a 10-time winner. He's made over $250,000. Nice ride, jockey Jose Betancourt for trainer August Martin. 10-20 the win price on Catatumbo, but here's the big story of race 5. The early pick 5, one ticket took down the entire early pick 5 pool. Early pick 5 to one winner paid $40,873. That's a big lifetime score. Congratulations if you hit the early pick 5 on Saturday. You were the only ticket to have it. Also, the early pick 4 paid well. Early pick 4 paid almost $7,400. So congratulations to the big winners of race 5. Once again, race 5 was the Abraham Castellano Salesium School Class of 2026. Good-looking big group there in the winner's circle. I hope they had a great day out here enjoying the beautiful weather in the live horse racing. All right, let's take a look here at race 6 to kick off the final pick 4 of the day. We're going 5.5 furlongs, 5,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 10,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's check out the action from race 6.
Away, Yan running. Terrible break for Discreet Devil. Good reaction from the barrier for Cyber Beast and Cut Glass. They break 1-2. Ikigai and Double Edged Sword also joins that fight. So as they settle down, the yellow cap of Ikigai engages Cut Glass for that fight for supremacy, and Cyber Beast came away in third. Double Edged Sword tracks nicely, but is 5 paths deep. My Man Woody's in front of 1, and that's the slow starter Discreet Devil. They turn. Ikigai's the leader, tracked on the outside by Cyber Beast and Double Edged Sword. Dropping away fast was Cut Glass, and in hand, My Man Woody looms large behind the trio as they get towards the quarter pole. Double Edged Sword battles on with Cyber Beast and Ikigai. My Man Woody starts to rattle home on the far outside. Heads turn for home. They're 4 across the track. Double Edged Sword kick first, but My Man Woody sought the trip, and My Man Woody to confront Double Edged Sword. Cyber Beast battles on. My Man Woody on the outside had the jump, and here's a 7-1 winner. My Man Woody has scored. Double Edged Sword was second. Third became terribly close, and in that photo was Cut Glass and Cyber Beast.
Jockey Victor Carrero came out of retirement and gets the money here. His first win this year, his first win, I believe, since coming back out of retirement. He wins on My Man Woody, the 5-year-old by Awesome Salute. Now a 7-time winner. He's made about $170,000. He went off at 7-1 and paid $16 to win for trainer Carlos Caban. So congratulations to all the winning connections there of My Man Woody in race 6. Let's turn the page here. Race 7, off the turf, going a mile in a 16,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 16,000. Race 7 is the Great Coach Clay Trophy race. Let's see what happens here in the 7th.
Away and running. Ducking in at the start was Green Beans, hampering the Great Oscar. Latin Rebel pings first. Little Sebastian going to keep that one honest. And Green Beans is right there in the early mix. Fairfield Bay is just headed by Italiano Kid. Try to make sense, has some pace to chase, and trouble at the start leaves the Great Oscar at the back of the pack. Around the tree-line shadows of the first turn run, it's Little Sebastian well off the rail, but still nursing a 1-length lead. Green Beans up the inside held second, and that was short-lived as Latin Rebel takes that position away. And Italiano Kid is 4 deep for the back of the track run. Fairfield Bay is pulling hard under Carroll's hands in 5th. There's a gap of 2 back to try to make sense, and still last of all is the Great Oscar. So a good battle continues to brew with 5 furlongs to go. Little Sebastian continues to lead. Green Beans continues to stalk. Latin Rebel has no excuses in 3rd. A very wide trip for Italiano Kid. And Fairfield Bay's crying out for room. They start to get closer to the leader as Try to Make Sense is taking off. And the Great Oscar, last of all, they turn again. Little Sebastian leads by a nose. There goes Green Beans. And lurking right behind is Fairfield Bay. Latin Rebel's also right there, but Try to Make Sense comes with a big-time move, and Try to Make Sense just swoop to the front. The Great Oscar runs on, and Fairfield Bay was in traffic as they turn for home. Try to Make Sense with this long, steady grind with 3/16 to go. The Great Oscar is starting to chip away, and Fairfield Bay's getting on track too. Little Sebastian boxes on, and Green Beans is right there too. They're 4 across the track. Try to Make Sense had the jump. The Great Oscar loomed and flattened out. Try to Make Sense has won it. The Great Oscar was second, Fairfield Bay third, and Green Beans was fourth.
Jockey Wesley Ho off to a good start this meet. He picks up his 5th win of the meet as he wins on Try to Make Sense, a 4-year-old son of Golden Sense, now a 3-time winner. He's made about $70,000 in career earnings. He wins for trainer Jose Gallegos. Try to Make Sense went off at 5-2 and paid $7. If you played the pick 5 that started race 3 and ended race 7, that was a 4 out of 5 payout for that pick 5. Paid 4 out of 5, 206. I'm sorry, the 4 out of 5 paid $276. Yeah, $276 and 50 cents. The carryover that will apply to the early pick 5 Wednesday starting race 1, that carryover is $14,379.98. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of Trying to Make Sense. Let's turn the page here. Race 8, the big feature of the day, the $100,000 Rehoboth for filly and mares 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. Heavy favorite in here, the 5 Hall and Ice, a multiple graded stakes winner. She'd go off at 1-2. We'll see if she gets back to her best stride. Let's check out the action here from the Rehoboth.
Away and running. Slow start for Hall and Ice. The favorite is left with a daunting task. So GW's Girl comes out firing, so does Carmelina. And on the outside, Mega Mill is right there too. So the early advantage to Mega Mill. Carmelina came in second at the moment, and GW's Girl comes with an inside bid. On the outside, Beyond Belief takes second away, and Hall and Ice is now recovered to be a joint 4th. Factor Bella rides that rail. Now GW's Girl has had one beaten, and Love You More, the slow starting strides is last of all around the turn of the Rehoboth Stakes, and it's Mega Mill trying to cash a jackpot and shows the way 3/4 of a length, but Beyond Belief is breathing down that rival's neck. And now here comes the 12-time winner Hall and Ice on the far outside. Here's the quarter pole. Mega Mill's done most of the running. The grayest Hall and Ice, Beyond Belief battles on, and Carmelina starts to fly home, and up the inside is Factor Bella. They have 3/16 of a mile to go, and Hall and Ice, after a slow start, hits the front. Here comes Carmelina, and here comes Love You More. Hall and Ice is in the fight, and now Carmelina surges to the front. Love You More is up and over the top. Love You More has won the Rehoboth Stakes at 12-1 to beat Carmelina, Hall and Ice, and GW's Girl.
Nice upset here in the Rehoboth. Love You More, a 4-year-old filly by McLean's Music, a Canadian-bred filly. She was with 3 different trainers before switching to Horacio de Paz's barn. She couldn't break her maiden with the 3 other trainers, but she's done nothing but good since getting into de Paz's barn. She had a big allowance win last March. She made her stakes debut today in the Rehoboth, and she gets the money for owner Barry Schwartz. Nice ride jockey Angel Cruz. Love You More, now a 4-time winner. She's made about $150,000. She's now won 4 of her last 5 races. She went off 12-1, paid $26.40 to win the Rehoboth. The pick 5 that started race 4, that was a 3 out of 5 payout for $36.75. Carryover $9,858.48. That will go to Wednesday for the middle pick 5 that starts race 3. Over $9,800 for the middle pick 5 starting race 3 on Wednesday. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Love You More in the Rehoboth. Great to see trainer Horacio de Paz doing well. I remember when he started out in Maryland as an assistant trainer for Sagamore Farm and Ignacio Correas, and he's done nothing but good since going out on his own. And he has a nice 4-year-old filly on the improve big time here. Love You More. It'll be exciting to see where she goes next. All right, let's take a look here at race 9. Would race 9 produce another carryover? We'll see. We're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 12.5 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in the Saturday finale.
Away and running. Bad start for Driven by Magic. Good speed today from Opportune Ocean. Mr. Salt and Vinegar surges to take the early lead, and Chuckyard Law sits a handy third. Bodine is out of trouble and wide, and Anderman's in between rivals, and Driven by Magic is last of all. So it's a compact field, and there's 4 across the track at the 4.5. Mr. Salt and Vinegar leads by 3/4 of a length. Opportune Ocean comes under a very hard hold in second, and Anderman eyeballs the speed from third. Chuck Chucky R. Law comes under a loose rein but stays ground saving. Driven by Magic, tries to go past that rival. And Bodine is at the back of the bus. There's 3 furlongs to go. And Anderman now strikes the front. Opportune Notion in the yellow cap battles on. And Driven by Magic looms on the far outside. And Mr. Salt and Vinegar calls it a day. Up the inside, Chucky R. Law and Bodine as heads turn for home. Opportune Notion confronts Anderman at the top of the stretch. And it's Anderman who kicks for home and leads by 1 long length. Opportune Motion has nowhere to give. Late on the scene, Driven by Magic. Chucky R. Law shows late interest but not changing the winning outcome. Anderman is pulling away in the concluding stages. Anderman gallops under the line to beat Opportune Notion, Driven by Magic, and Chucky R. Law.
Anderman was getting a nice class relief, and he'd win as the shortest price favorite of the day. He wins for trainer Greg Sacco and jockey Christopher Elliott and owner Donna Wright. The 3-year-old son of Silver State breaks his maid in his 5th career start. He went off 3-5 and paid $3.40 to win race 9. If you played the late pick 5 on Saturday, that was a 4 out of 5 payout for $124.70. The carryover for the late pick 5 on Wednesday, starting race 4 Wednesday, that carryover is $15,463.13. Congratulations there to all the winning connections of Anderman. Let's get a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you once again about the 3 carryovers we have in the pick 5s on Wednesday. All right, a bunch of long shot winners Saturday afternoon. That means we have carryovers for you next Wednesday. We have 3 carryovers in all the pick 5s on Wednesday. It's an 8-race card on Wednesday. The early pick 5 starting race 1. That carryover is $14,379.98. The middle pick 5 carryover that starts race 3 on Wednesday. That carryover is $9,858.48, and the late pick 5 carryover starting race 4 on Wednesday. Late pick 5 carryover, $15,463.13. So start studying up 3 nice pick 5 carryovers for you next Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have some nice weather and the turf course will dry out. We'll be on the turf and we should have a monster Wednesday, hopefully, if we have some nice weather. Thanks again to all our fans and bettors and horsemen for putting on a great show. And of course, thanks to all the horses for putting on a great safe show out here on Saturday. Hope you had a great day, have a great night, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
There's only one